Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel GH247 News. Look, guys, it is a beautiful day, beautiful Tuesday morning, and look, all the news that are coming up, it's come in thick and fast from the US and from around the world. Regarding President Maduro's first appearance in court, yes, yesterday, President Maduro and his wife, they were taken to court for the first time yesterday. UN Security Council meeting yesterday also took place. What is happening around the world? The world is in chaos. Right now, as we speak, the world is in chaos. And we ought to be very careful. Leadership is needed at this point in time. China, Russia, US of A, they need to calm down. The heads need to cool. And US need to do the right thing. If Russia did it and it's wrong, then if US do it, it's equally wrong. President Maduro's first statement in a US court yesterday has been, "I am the president of Venezuela and I consider myself a prisoner of war. I was captured in my home in Caracas." The US has no political or legal authority to kidnap a foreign head of state. I repeat, the US has no political or legal authority to kidnap a foreign head of state or arrest, and in this case, not even on US soil, but to invade a sovereign territory, capture their leader and his wife in a Rambo style, in coup d'etat. You see, there are many questions to the arrest of this Maduro. There are many questions to be answered. And I want to start. There are many questions to be answered from the way the entire arrest took place. The way the coup happened. Number one, who gave the order to turn off the raiders? Why the Venezuelans' central defense system, their radar to read the skies, who is coming to attack the nation, their territorial radar, where they can read, the military, the officers can read and see and survey the area, their territory. Who gave the order to turn it off, the radar? Who? Is it a vice president with a Venezuelan military, or the American government did it? Or is it that they hijacked the security system of Venezuela, or the authority was given by the VIP, that's the vice president of Venezuela? Number two, who gave the order to turn off the long, medium, and short-range air defense system, which Venezuela actually have? These are installations that can help to defend their territory. Who gave the order? The vice president with the Venezuelan military or the American government? How did these things happen? Number three, who gave the order that no manpad be fired against the helicopters? The manpad is their defense ballistic system that we used to fire directly at the US, US helicopters that were landing. Who gave the order that those manpads be fired against, not be fired? Who gave the orders that they shouldn't be fired against the helicopters? You see, this could only have been done by the vice president of Venezuela, with the Venezuelan military obeying their vice president's order against the voice or the leadership of Maduro. Means that US can never do anything in a sovereign nation unless there's an insider help. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe you don't know, in my own country, Ghana, for our first president that built Ghana from the scratch, President Kwame Nkrumah, to be overthrown, Ladies and gentlemen, it documented, which of course our president stated right, is it last year at the UN General Assembly, that our president was overthrown by the CIA. Where is CIA? American Intelligence Agency. That is CIA. Central Intelligence Agency. That's in America. So America is the one that overthrew our Ghana's first president. It's America. They did not just come in to overthrow. They were aided and helped by the opposition then in Ghana in the 60s. 1966. Yeah. They were aided and helped by Ghanaians. Ladies and gentlemen, so America doesn't just invade a nation if there's no internal help. For the military to be attacked in that manner, it means that the order likely might have come from the vice president, and she is the one right now that is in charge. That is in charge. That was sworn in immediately after the capture to begin, Ladies and gentlemen, you see, number 4, who executed Maduro's entire guards? President Maduro's guards were killed. Who executed Maduro's entire guard? The VP with the Venezuelan military or the American government? According to the information, they were all executed in cold blood. Number 5, why were the vessels of Venezuela, the fighter jets, and more than 20 Venezuelan bases spared? Who gave that order? Why were the vessels, fighter jets, and more than 20 Venezuelan bases spared? Who gave the order? This one is easy. This could only be part of a broader agreement that don't destroy all our munitions, because we still need a defense system. Rotary wing aviation is easy to dictate by raiders, and Venezuela operates more than 30 raiders, with 9 new ones being installed in last September. So these are fresh equipment. Ladies and gentlemen, interesting enough, I want to put it on record again that this is an inside job. Everybody can shoot down a helicopter with a manpad. No radar required. So why? Why the manpad was not triggered to shoot down those helicopters? Raiders are air defense. But we understand, America spent several months flying near Venezuela. So they knew exactly where these assets were. They knew. They knew exactly where those assets were. And without any insider help, they cannot locate all. Images of blown up air defense systems are out there to everybody to see. Is that part of the broader agreement? Yes, it's possible. Listen, the world needs to come together and act. Venezuela had a full functionally and active defense missile systems. It can only take an insider to command the military heads, who might likely be in support of the vice president, to decide not to act or react when the attack was launched by the US. It is also true that US have the technical expertise and equipment that can actually switch off some of those things automatically with their tech that they have. But this is very clear. US, I know, they have radar jamming platforms flooded in the electromagnetic spectrum that can force defense radars to either shut down or expose themselves. I agree. But trust me, the way and manner they located Maduro and slaughtered and executed his guards alone tells you that no, this is an insider job. My only worry and my only surprise is that a Cuban soldiers were the one guarding Maduro. Why not Venezuelan soldiers? That is a question Maduro needs to ask. Is it that he doesn't trust his own national guards, Venezuelan military? He doesn't trust them enough? Cuban soldiers, they were the one defending the president of Venezuela in his home. And we understand they are the ones that shot the US helicopter. But the Venezuelan soldiers were there. They did not. It was Cuban soldiers that were defending Venezuelan president in his residence. They were the ones that shot the helicopter. Cuban soldiers. How do you, it's like, as we sit here right now, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana president, right? Instead of the Ghanaian military defending Ghanaian president, our presidency, and defending our president and our territory, Ghana president decided to go in for Togo Republic, Benin Republic, Ivory Coast, Ivory Republic, their soldiers to come and defend, to be the one that are defending him. That means that there's a broken trust even between Maduro and his own military forces. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. We understand China slams US for the coup against Venezuela in yesterday's UN Security Council meeting. China issued a rebuke of the US strike that captured Venezuelan President Maduro and his wife and announced plans to run Venezuela. Key points in China's statement I'm about to run up. The US violated Venezuela's sovereignty and the UN Charter. Maduro must be released immediately. The UN Security Council must act to restore peace and legality. Latin America is not a US colony. It is a zone of peace. No country can act as the world's police, nor presume to be the international judge. Beijing warned that the US is repeating the crimes of Iraq, Libya, and Iran, invading sovereign states, fueling instability, and devastating civilians. That is a statement from the Chinese government at the UN Security Council yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, many other nations are issuing statements, including my own government. Ghana government issued a strong statement and asked for US to rescind its decision. But is the US ready to listen to what the other nations are saying? I don't think so. They've done it and they've done it. We've seen Bush era. We've seen Barack Obama's era, Osama bin Laden. We've seen Gaddafi was taken in Libya. There are many instances and they don't go back. Now that they've taken him to court, they've read out his right to him. Ladies and gentlemen, this issue is going to prolong. I'll be back with more exclusives on this issue in the coming hours. Shalom and peace.